guys, I hope everybody's day is going well, and my day has been quite amazing. I've accomplished a few of my small goals today, which is great. So I just wanted to jump on here and answer a question that someone has asked me here on TikTok, which was, how does one get started with meditation? So there are several ways to get started and several different practices. So first things first, you want to choose a seat. Now you can either sit down, cross-legged, lotus, or Padmanasana, or you can lay down in a reclining or supine position. I prefer to lay on my back completely straight and still. Once you lay down or sit down, once you choose your seat, it is very important that you do not move. No movement, everything's quiet, you are completely still. And the reason for that being, we don't want to miss the insights that arise once we begin to go in our deep meditative state, and the introspection as well. We start to go into a state of introspection, and then insights start to arise about our life, our experiences, something from the past, what have you. And it's also best to focus on your breath and your breathing, and give your mind something to focus on. So you can do mantras. I like to focus on my breath or practice pranayama. Lowering my respirations is what I really focus on, and trusting that my body is going to keep me alive. So I'm not holding my breath. I am just slowing my breathing down as if I were asleep. And I remember that I'm not in control of my breath. My body keeps me alive. That helps. Sometimes one can become afraid because it will feel like you've lowered your respiration so low that sometimes it feels like there's such a long pause that you stop breathing. I promise you that's not the case. You're still breathing. And then also, I like to focus on the backs of my eyelids. I always tell people, or my students, to look at the backs of their eyelids as if they're trying to look through their eyelids, or to focus their eyes or attention on their Ajna chakra, their third eye. So, and the reason for that being is it gives your mind a focal point. Everyone, not just certain people, everyone has intrusive thoughts. We can have monkey mind, where the mind is racing and we have all these weird thoughts going on, or multiple thoughts and conversations. Things pop in from and you're like, why am I thinking about this? Like, where is this coming from? This is another beauty about meditating, is that it allows you to observe what is happening inside of your mind and in your spirit, and it allows you to understand yourself a little better. So sometimes when these intrusive thoughts are going on, they create anxiety in us, and we don't even recognize where those feelings are coming from. So when you're meditating, you have a chance to observe and recognize and see how those thoughts impact your spirit and your emotions and your energy, okay? So, and that's what meditation is, learning to control the fluctuations of the mind, and being able to see yourself as something separate than the mind. So we're the soul, we're not the body, we're not the mind, okay? Those things are part of us, but that is not who or what we are, okay? So also, another big thing with getting started with meditating is understanding what happens while you're meditating. And once you start going to those, peeling back those layers of the onion, is what I like to say, because it really is peeling back layers. Like, you go a little deeper and deeper. So a lot of people think, a misconception about meditation is that people think when they just lay down and close their eyes, that's meditating. No, that's not. So when you're meditating, you are practicing pratyahara, which means Sanskrit for withdraw the senses. We are taking our focus away from the external senses of our being and our experience, our human experience, and we're taking them inward. So that's sounds, itches, and sometimes I feel like something's crawling on us, maybe a fly landed on us, or just like how I just went to go scratch my nose right now, we unconsciously and impulsively just do. Okay, we don't think about it, we just do it. When you are in a meditative state, and even when you just begin your meditation journey, or you just lay down, you take a seat, and close your eyes. Once you get to this space where everything is quiet, then meditators become plagued by certain itches and scratches and things like that. And they will go away, I promise you. They'll stop. So, also, while you're meditating, you will start to experience some sensations that you may or may not have experienced before. So the deeper you go from being the observer, where you're looking at the blackness in your mind's eye, to being encased in it. And then you go a little deeper, and it'll feel like you've entered another space, which you have. You're going inside of yourself. You'll start to see visuals. It'll look like galaxies or stars, vortexes of stars swirling about. Sometimes you'll see colors or faces, or it depends on you, really. And then sometimes it'll even start to feel like you can seeing with your eyes closed. This happens to me all the time. If I go deep enough, it's like I'll think my eyes are open and they'll be closed. So I'll open my eyes because I think they're already. I do that. We just want to focus and surrender. That's another thing. We need to surrender, because sometimes it'll feel like we're going too deep, and we can even become afraid. Sometimes it can feel like we're dying if you have gone deep enough. You can feel like you're dying, and it'll feel not like in this expanded state of awareness. And it can be a little bit scary for some people, but don't worry, you're not dying. Nothing bad is happening. Just surrender and experience it. This is what we yogis call samadhi, bliss, where we go inside of ourselves and we have found the space of peace. No thought. Hold on to it, because it's like, oh my God, I did it. I'm here. And as soon as you do that, boom, you're pulled out of there because you've broken your focus. So meditating, it takes an incredible amount of self-discipline. Okay, definitely. So be prepared for that. Also, a lot of other weird sensations can happen, like buzzing. It'll feel like you're vibrating. It'll feel like you're buzzing inside. Your ears will start ringing. Your body can feel strange. Breathe through those sensations, as I stated before, and surrender. So, comfortable clothes. Find your focal point. You can listen to binaural beats, or hemisync is what I like, because it gives you something to focus on, the theta state, and bring you out of the beta state, which helps relax you as well. So that's it. Just being completely still and focusing, surrender, discipline, ignore the itches, and push the intrusive thoughts away. Don't think that your mind is too busy, or you have anxiety, or you have all these things. Everyone gets anxious. Everyone's minds get busy. This is what this practice is for. To help you develop and cultivate control over the busy mind, over the anxiety, over the uncomfortable states of our human existence. I recommend giving it a try. And if you have, or you do, please leave a comment. I'd like to hear about your experience. And if you are a meditator, I'd like to hear about your experience as well. I've experienced several outer body experiences